Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Big update today for the Second Authority website. Kind of a lot's happened in the last month or two for traffic growth. Not much has changed in terms of monetization just yet. We are getting closer to applying to Mediavine on this site, but I thought it was a good time to make a video, kind of talk about some of the keyword growth, the traffic growth, and what I kind of see going forward. So this video today, my Second Authority website, 1,300 organic sessions per day for my 8-month-old site. So just kind of set the scene for those who may be new to the journey. This is the second website I've built. I started in December of 2020, competitive niche, and the idea behind it was doing a massive content push. So pumping out a lot of content with over 95% of the content being outsourced from a team of writers that I have built. Those writers were, taken from Upwork, as well as some other services providers that I've used. On my first site, I also gave them some of the content briefs for this site. That's been going really well. I have been slowing down the publishing part of it as we're getting closer to 1,000 articles, but all the articles are informational based. The key idea is to kind of answer a question that somebody will be searching and answering that query between 1,000 to 1,500 words. And that's pretty much a majority of what our content is on the site. There is a good amount of articles that I have added recently that are more longer pillar pieces of content between the 2,000 to 3,000 word mark, but for the most part, it's those short informational articles answering a question. And my big goal with this site is to get it monetized by Mediavine once it hits 50,000 sessions in the last 30 days. So currently the word count is 905,000 words, so getting close to that 1 million word milestone, and that is made up of 880 articles, which have all been published in the first 8 months. I kind of gave a little bit overview of what those articles entail, but I think going forward, the next grouping of articles that I want to do as I approach the 1,000 article mark is going to continue to be more content rich, image heavy, articles that also maybe even have an informational video tied to it. Just really want to have some epic pieces of content that can eventually even bring in some backlinks, get some other exposure on the site. Anything along those lines would be key for growing the site, I think, with really epic pieces of content. Indexing articles, so I haven't really had any issues with this anymore, but when my site was only a couple months old, not all the articles on the site would get indexed. Now I'm seeing the articles index almost instantly as soon as it's published, but I think going forward, what I'm going to start seeing is articles are now all indexed, are going to start actually climbing to their true ranking the next couple of months. And you're going to kind of see that on my keyword tracker as we go through the slides here. So this just kind of showing where we were, where we've come from, and kind of what the keyword tracker looks like now. So with SerpRobot, which is what I use to track all my keywords, all I'm doing is, as soon as an article is published, I enter that primary keyword term, which very much ends up being just the title of that article for the most part. Sometimes the main keyword is just a piece of that title, but I input that main keyword into SerpRobot. So SerpRobot is monitoring or tracking the primary phrase for each article. So if I have 100 articles published, there'll be 100 phrases in SerpRobot for each article. So as you can see, and you follow along with the keyword tracker, if you see it's out of a certain amount of terms, so if the top right out of 404 terms means I had 404 articles published at that point in time. So it's just kind of looking at the past February, March, and April, what the keyword tracker looked like. I share these exact charts during my video updates over the course of the past few months. And then now I'll show you kind of where we are from June and August. So June was the last video update I did, and August is what it looks like when I screenshotted it today. Huge growth. And I think the biggest growth, not only just looking at the top 3, but looking at top 10, top 30, and even top 100. I mean, 90 to 95% of the articles are ranked in a really good spot right now, which is awesome. So I think having a good chunk of the articles indexed and ranked shows that those articles are going to climb up even faster now that they're indexed and being seen by Google. So out of 887 articles, which I have published or have those keywords entered on the site, 830 in the top 100 for the primary phrase, meaning 830 of the articles are being seen. So huge growth here, and even just the top 3 is where it gets really exciting, because those are the articles that are actually going to be contributing to the traffic growth. I have, just about 20% of the articles bringing in traffic, ranking in the top 3, which is contributing to the site's growth. So that number is going to continue to climb as the site ages, as the site starts to gain some more authority from links. Really good things that I'm seeing on the keyword tracker. SerpRobot keyword tracker. So this is just taking a screenshot of all the keywords that are currently ranked number 1. And if you follow the past videos, I've continued to grow this list, obviously, as more keywords are ranking the number 1 position. But this is also to give you a taste of what the keyword volume looks. It's not anything crazy. It's a bunch of low comp keywords with 0 to no competition. And that's what's currently ranking, and that's what's getting the site initially off the ground and getting its initial authority in terms of Google in their eyes. Now, this was kind of a cool little study I did, and I'm happy I did it because looking back on it, I really see the growth a lot more when looking at specific articles. So this was a keyword for an article I actually wrote by myself. I published it December 22nd, 2020. It has over 12,000 searches a month, super competitive keyword. I thought I could kind of build up my site's authority over time and eventually actually try to win this keyword by winning the snippet, because I thought my answer was really targeted, good piece of content with some good pictures. So when I did this update in June, the article was ranked 15th. Looking at the site a month and a half later, that article is now ranked number 7 in Google. So significant growth, and you can see that on the SERP position tracker, how much it's really climbed. And there is some good links here that I did acquire. And I did acquire another DA 50 plus link in July. So I still think this keyword has more to go. It is difficult to determine whether or not the links are impacting this keyword's growth or just the site gaining age. But I think this is kind of a good case study to see the impact that high quality links have on a really competitive keyword for a new site. So I'm seeing good things so far. The keyword's not really bringing a substantial amount of traffic just yet, but I think there's a lot of opportunity for it to grow, and I'm excited to see how this keyword does. The second example I did was another keyword, not as competitive, I'd say more of a medium competition keyword, and that's jumped from number 10 in the last update all the way to number 4. And it's just been kind of crazy how it's been climbing. This article specifically didn't get any additional links, maybe a few more internal links naturally when I was publishing other articles about a related topic, but this keyword just continues to slowly climb. And even actually this morning I woke up and it jumped up from position 5 to position 4. So getting to that point of top 3 where it's actually gonna start contributing to the site's traffic and the growth. So really kind of keeping close eyes on these 2 keywords, and kind of an interesting study for how links impact some of the more competitive keywords on my site. And I think going forward, as I publish more content, I'm gonna try and do a few more of these to see the impact that an age site has on newer articles in more medium and high competition keywords and how they do in the SERPs. Organic search traffic on Google. So last time I did this update, I was only receiving 500 organic sessions per day. I think I was really happy when I did that update, and rightfully so. That was just back in June. But now at this point, we're getting 1,300 organic sessions per day. And it seems like every couple of days, that number kind of hits another 50 or 100 sessions higher than the previous mark. So the rapid growth phase is definitely in process, and it's working well. Excited to see how the next month or 2 go if we get closer to that 1,600, 1,700 organic session per day mark, which means I could apply to Mediavine, because the average of that per day winds up being 50,000 sessions over 30 days if I can maintain that mark. So keyword traffic, the search traffic has been awesome. It's really been obviously the most important thing for a site this old, because I don't have the site monetized. Looking at earnings isn't going to matter, because when you don't have it monetized, you're not going to make any money. So the site will be monetized soon once I can join Mediavine, and looking at this type of organic search traffic growth just makes me think I'm that much closer to that mark. Just kind of showing Google Search Console to see the impact of impressions and clicks. I do notice that the impressions tends to go up just a little bit quicker than the clicks do. So I kind of look ahead and see if impressions rise from the day prior, and then I know that the clicks are soon to follow. So definitely want the impressions to be growing on a new site, and it kind of gives you a good indication that the clicks are going to be coming in shortly, which will lead to more traffic. Okay, backlinks growth. So I really haven't done much in the last month and a half in terms of growing backlinks and trying to do more outreach. A lot of natural links are finally starting to come in, which is awesome. Obviously, there's also a good amount of spammy links associated with that as well. but it's just nice to see that the traffic is coming in and contributing to the site's growth overall. I think having 383 referring domains for a new site is really good, but a lot of those are like these spam auto-created links by these blogspot sites and these like fake keyword sites. So there's really not much to think of it there, but it is definitely nice to see that the organic keywords and Ahrefs has really jumped up in the last month and a half. And I hope that continues to climb. I mean, I'd really expect the site to have more than 50,000 organic keywords ranking as I approach 1,000 articles. I don't think that's an unrealistic goal to have. At this point, I'm going to keep publishing more content, definitely at a slower pace. And I talked about this in past videos. I really kind of want to assess what type of articles are ranking, what's working, what's being effective in terms of getting exposure in Google's eyes and bringing in traffic. But I think rushing to 1,000 articles just to hit my goal is a little bit silly when I'm this far along. I am at 880 articles, so only 120 articles. With a lot of focus and effort that could definitely be done in the next 30 days. But I think I'm going to kind of ease into that 1,000 article mark. Definitely will hit it before the end of the year, of course. But I think my initial goal of August was a little aggressive and something that I don't know if I want to do going forward at this point. So I think the key thing to focus on is I do want to join Mediavine. Mediavine is going to be 50,000 sessions in the last 30 days. If you see on the screen, I have 34,500 sessions in the last 30 days. If you put in, organic traffic, direct referral, and social, but 92% of what I'm doing is coming from organic traffic. So as articles get ranked and, Google feeds my site more traffic from the search engine, that's going to lead to the growth. I think I'm going to try and be a little ambitious and maybe apply to Mediavine when I'm closer to 45,000 sessions and see if I get in. It'd be interesting to see how Mediavine reacts towards a high quality site that maybe is slightly under the 50,000 session mark. I'm curious what everyone's thoughts are there, if anyone had, past success doing that. But please, if you guys have any questions on this site or anything, please leave a comment. I've kind of had a few questions in the comments the last couple weeks when I've kind of really been focusing on the site. Haven't had the chance to answer it. I'm thinking maybe I'll make a video that just focuses on answering those type of questions. So if you have a question that wasn't answered, or maybe you have a question now from seeing this recent update, please drop in the comment section and I'm happy to address those questions. This is a big case study with publishing 1,000 articles that's required a lot of time, effort, a lot of decision making, definitely a big financial investment, as I've talked about in my past videos. But if you have a question, maybe you're doing something similar, I'm happy to try and address that and see how I can help you. So make sure you drop a comment. Thanks for following along on this journey, and I'm looking forward to the next update. Thanks.